All right, y'all. So let's talk about the classic power clean mistake, and let's talk about how to avoid it. And there's actually, I say classic mistake, there's so many classic power clean mistakes. So I'll call this one the classic CrossFit power clean mistake. I feel like CrossFitters in general have pretty good technique. In the old days, it wasn't the case, but these days, most CrossFitters are doing a pretty good job working on that technique, so they have a pretty good understanding of it, and we're not just bicep curling it, we're not starting with rounded backs, we're not pulling the bar up, so we're already doing so much right. So the biggest mistake I see people make, especially when they get tired, is it's just our receiving position. As they do cleans and as we do cleans, instead of catching into that nice partial squat position, we get tired, and instead of just squatting a little lower and a little lower, we get under it by going wider and wider with those feet. So to show you what that looks like, and it's just tired, out of breath. What really happens is people jump it up and they're too tired to fight to get those hips back, to get in that good position. So they stay upright, and when you stay upright, the only place you can go to go get that bar is to go lower and lower. I actually feel like because I wasn't tired, that clean wasn't all that terrible. That was just a wide stance squat. So the key is when they catch it, they keep their chest so high that the only thing they can do is widen those legs because they're not getting any torso angle. So a couple things that we can do to avoid this. The thing that helps me the most is in my head, I try and think of everything as a squat clean. And what we like to do is we just call it a clean, and a clean is however high the bar goes, you go get the bar at its highest point. So if the highest point is here, that's where a clean is going to be a power clean. The highest point is here. That's where that clean is going to be a squat clean. But the key is my stance for a squat clean is here. My stance for the power clean is here. So my stance doesn't change. So the cue that really helps me is I think of everything as a squat clean. And if it's lighter or I'm just being more powerful, then I'm just not going to squat all the way. But whenever I think of a squat clean, it helps my brain know to get my hips back and receive it in a position where if you just had a photo of me here, you wouldn't know if I was just stopping here, or you wouldn't know if that was part of what a front squat rep would be. So we're looking for a frame of your front squat. That's where we want you catching all of your cleans, and it can be wherever that bar is. We want you going to get that bar at its highest point. So the key here is if you catch yourself going too wide with those feet, a lot of times people just try and keep the feet in, but when they've got that torso upright, they just have nowhere to go, so they kind of get stuck going wide. So the key is if you're having that issue, just reframe how you're thinking about it and think squat clean, squat clean, squat clean. And even if I'm going to do a power clean, I'm catching in that nice hips slightly back position, trying to stay upright but not crazy upright, and that's going to allow me to get that really solid, strong catch position, and it won't get me doing any of these goofy wide stance things that we can get tweaky on the hip, knee, ankle, those types of things. So last time, if you catch yourself going wide, especially in the middle of the workout, change in your head. Think squat clean but don't squat. Squat clean but don't squat. That's what helps me. Hope it helps you. Talk to y'all soon.